Hello.
Check one, check two. What up, Internet? My name is
Hello, hello.
braV. I cannot produce a podcast. Welcome to episode number 15. I'm excited to announce that I have met a new friend, and his name is BLUEOUT'S. That was his collab with Eero 808. Arrow? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But that was the
Yeah,
song
yeah, that's fine.
that was the song Embers, and I gotta say I really like the rhythm that the bass takes over at the end. It's like kind of like trips you up. I really like that song. That was my first time hearing it, and I think probably anybody who was listening. So, congrats on releasing that tune. I like your sound. I think you're underrated. That's why I brought you on the show.
Well, thank you so much.
So how did you start getting into music production or like trap production in particular, bass music and you know, I only know you for that one song OCD, and I checked out a lot of your music before the show, and I really like your vibe and your style. And I was surprised to hear that you were in London. I was also surprised to hear that you are originally from Italy, living in London. So tell us, can you tell the podcast a little bit more about that, man? That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll start with the first question you asked. It's basically I started getting to music production when I was 14, and it all happened because you know when Martin Garrix dropped Animals, right? That was pretty
Yeah,
huge. And
I think so. Yeah.
uh, me and my friends, as a joke, we just started to like, oh, let's try to make something like that. I don't know what they do. I didn't even know what a DAW or anything like that is. So we downloaded GarageBand and we started like messing around. And then I paused for a bit and I downloaded Ableton because I thought it was a better DAW. And that's basically it. And then that's how it started. And I got into I started doing house, deleted all that for sure because I didn't like it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I started. It's pretty because it was sort of a challenge. It was like, oh, this sounds cool. Let's see if we can actually do it because it sounds difficult, but what actually happens if you start trying doing
Oh,
it? So at the
so you
start,
really took it on as like a challenge. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
I was like, and then I got really passionate about because it was just like for um, kind of digging around, to be honest. And then I said, oh, this is actually, I'm enjoying this a lot. And it's very therapeutic as well
So you kind of that's so funny.
for mental health.
You kind of stumbled upon it. You were you said it started out as like a joke almost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool, man.
Exactly. Because I
That's the
was like,
first time I
I
heard
wanna
that.
show my friends beats that I make because hey, I can make music too. And I wasn't able to make music. That's the funny thing. So once I started actually making things more interesting, I got I started to get passionate about it. It's like, okay, let's
Nice.
take this seriously.
That's really cool. When do you think you started? How old are you, by the way?
21.
31. Cool. Well, when did you start to get passionate, I guess, about music?
Uh, about music in general, I mean, music has been around in my house for, I mean, my dad listened to jazz. He owned a lot of jazz albums and stuff.
Okay.
So, and we always has music in the background. So I always had in my back. Oh, I also used to play saxophone. Forgot. For a bit, for about a month, and then I dropped because I was like, oh no, this is not for me. But eventually, I'll do it again.
I have the same. I think I did the exact same thing, dude. I got a really smacking deal on a good saxophone, and I was like, I'm going to serenade everybody on the street. I'm going, and I picked it up for about a month, and it's supposed to be pretty easy to play. That's what I heard, but it wasn't that easy for me.
Yeah, same. So yeah. Yeah, eventually I'll start again. Who knows?
When did the Blue Out project start?
About a year ago, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah, when I started to put it out under this name, the first song. Actually, yeah, a year ago.
So, did you have any other projects, or were you just making music up until then?
No, I was having another project, and funny enough, it was pretty like it wasn't uh, that big of a project, but it was like I got a lot of attention of people like Lose the Child, Wheaton, for some reason, for some sort of algorithm
For some
stuff on Instagram.
a dash of good luck, you know.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
but then I changed names, so everything got twisted. So because
Well,
I wasn't feeling that the project was me enough.
what was the
You know,
original project, if you don't mind
it
me
was
asking?
Dopty,
Okay.
which is like a weird name. It's like another one, you
And
know.
what made you want to
So
switch? Did you just want to like pursue a different kind of music or genre? And
yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah,
okay,
exactly. I really wanted to do the stuff that makes me feel good. So not actually doing because before I was very commercial. Like I was doing house because I was thinking, oh, I was like I can play stuff, but it wasn't making me. I wasn't happy because I was like, when you're passionate, you just want to make stuff you like. So I was making. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I was liking house, but not that much to pursue the project for sure.
I see. And then you said fuck all the rules and made the opposite of
Yeah,
house.
if you want experimental electronic.
Damn. Well, so you started off making house music. That's what I hear is pretty common. I never started off. I didn't like house music that much, so I never made it when I started producing. And I feel like that actually set me
Oh, actually, I
back.
started with jazz.
Oh,
Oh, sorry to
nice.
interrupt.
No, no, no. You're good. When did you
Yeah,
when did you start with jazz?
yeah. The first beat after the Animals ripoff, which
Uh,
was super bad. Actually, it's still online. Somewhere. It's called. It was even a bad English.
it's
It was house music with the I music.
oh my god.
That was so cringe, man. So, but it's still out there for the. Maybe I'll put it out someday. Who knows?
Maybe you should sample it, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's the very first song we released. Me and my friend dropped off about a month ago. We started, and I kept doing it. So here I am.
So, what instrument did you play in the jazz band?
I don't know. I wasn't. I was making jazz beats, so
Oh,
I was actually sampling old soul jazz acapellas
oh, okay, that's nice.
and making some chill beats. Yeah,
Chill beats
but
to
because I
steady
love
to.
lo-fi. Yeah, I love lo-fi.
I really like lo-fi. I just don't listen to it that often. But when I come across it, I usually like it. I need to make a playlist for it. When did
Yeah, I feel everyone has their playlist of lo-fi somewhere.
I have a bunch of different weird playlists. I have like a playlist of songs that I want to remix, and it's called Some Assembly Required, and it's like I want to remix them because I just don't think that they're like up to par, and it's kind of a dick move, but like I have like 100
Mm.
songs. I have 100 songs in there now, and I'm like, well, I can keep pretending that I'm better than everybody, or I can like start remixing these songs. So I'm like I'm that's like a current project I've been working on, is trying to like take all
Oh,
these
that's
songs
cool.
and like make them into experimental bass music. or just take them in
Nice.
just a really different direction than they were originally intended to.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing to do actually. I mean, remixes are really good if you want. A lot of people blew up with remixes, so you never know what's gonna happen with remixes.
So I mean, I did. I guess I kind of want to dig into some. I want to pick your brain about some sound design questions, dude, because it sounds just like, how long have you been producing for? Because your song OCD just is off the chain. Anybody listening, fucking, I have BLUEOUT'S links in the description. Go check out his SoundCloud and look for the song OCD. When I like, it was an instant win for me. How do you even approach making a song like that? Like, I actually want to know
Uh,
maybe the story. Like, what were the bare bones that you laid down before you were, able to get such a fucking fire track out? This
Man, that's a really tough question.
I'd love if you could take a stab at it. I'm like, because
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, for
song makes me
sure.
so curious about everything.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, basically, it's a lot of digging around, to be honest. Like in the DAW, I start a lot with I start with chords, and then I just go straight into sound design, which is like, I'll be completely honest. Like most of the time, I modify presets. I do my own sound design. I mean, I've been doing lately a lot of sound design on Vital. New plugin, free plugin, by the way. Everybody should check that out because it's a really cool plugin, and it is free. So
What is it? Oh,
really
Vital,
good.
right?
Yeah, Vital
Oh,
is really good
yeah.
for bass music,
Totally
and it's
agree.
pretty easy to sound design too.
Shout out
Easy.
Vital. You guys rock for making your shit free.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I approach, and then I start right away with the beat, like laying down kicks, make everything super fat, and somehow I get it. Sometimes I get stuck because it happens to everybody. But sometimes I'm so in the flow that I finish that track, I believe, 1 hour,
That's
because I was like
ridiculous.
boom, it was like boom. I have all the ideas. I was like, I was actually, it's pretty mental because I'm. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that often, but sometimes I have those moments that, for example, even the track with Air Raid Away, that just finish the whole idea in 1 hour, like lay down the structure, and then I go back to it. But the melodies, the chords, the beat, it's all there. And then I do mixing and mastering. I'll take my all the time in the world because I'm studying mixing and master engineer, so I'm pretty stressed about having a good, clean mix, loud enough.
Gotcha. Are you starting to master your own music? Or are you mastering other people's music?
Do master my own music, and some I just started to master song for a label. So they send me stuff. They didn't send me anything yet, but they will eventually, I guess. So I'll master some
Okay,
songs. Yeah.
cool. What did you do training for mastering? Did you go to have you just practiced it for a long time?
Now I go to Point Blank
Oh, I know Point
music
Blank.
school,
Uh,
but to be honest, I'm just approaching like right now the mastering module in school. But I've
okay.
been mastering my own stuff for a while, so
I
I'm pretty experienced. Not gonna lie.
I see. I see.
Like, I'm not saying it sounds always good because it doesn't for sure. Because it's tough to mix bass music, especially when you have a lot of going on,
Yeah.
experimental sounds. You know.
I
But
feel like
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
bass music has got to be the hardest music, one of the harder musics to mix. I don't know. Um, maybe up there
Yeah, because you
with
wanna
no,
yeah
go
because you
on.
wanna have dynamics. You wanna have the kick. So you have to do the perfect side chain. So yeah, it's like a lot of things going on.
It's like you want the dynamics there, and I don't know. I maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I imagine that it might be hard to master bass music because it's all supposed to be not supposed to be. It can be all over the place. It can be
Yeah, for sure.
it can be very sporadic and sometimes like just like volume changes are necessary, and like a mastering engineer might just not notice that.
Yeah, because you gotta really understand the genre, because it's not easy. And a lot of mastering engineer they do master, for example, rock or other genre, and they make a mess because you are supposed to break rules in bass music. Because if you listen to Skrillex, it's speaking at -2 LUFS. So, and all the mastering people say, you know, it's too loud or it's too compressed, you know. So I really don't give a shit about that. For example,
Yeah.
OCD is super compressed, but it was on purpose because that thing has to be like noticed. It's like the loudest thing.
Right. You said no, you were able to whip OCD out in an hour. That really blows my mind. Or at least like
Thank you.
the bare bones of it. Like that's some major talent right there. And holy shit. Please teach me your ways somehow, like your workflow. You work in Ableton, right?
Yeah, I work in Ableton.
That's
Ableton is the
sick,
go-to
dude.
about it.
I don't know how you are able to do that, but holy shit, that is some real talent right there. So
Man, I appreciate it, but I'm just getting this weird state. It's just start throwing ideas
you're in
until
the
something come up right.
you're in the flow. Do you like meditate at all?
I don't. I have ADHD, and I do go in hyperfocus mode because ADHD has the thing when you have ADHD, when something you really like. At least what my doctor said. They kind of explained this to me.
Yeah.
When you really like, because ADHD, when you don't like stuff, you really can't focus. But when you find something that you're passionate about, you go really all the attention that you don't have in other stuff, it goes into that.
I also have ADHD, and I super relate. I feel this. I've had experiences where my best work gets made very quickly. So I understand. Why is the song named OCD?
Because I have OCD. I used to have at least OCD.
Oh, okay. You can have okay.
And
You can have both.
it's yeah,
Interesting. I
yeah. You
didn't know
can
that.
actually. I mean, I have Tourette, so I'm not afraid to say it. I'm pretty controlled. So when you have Tourette, you basically have the ADHD, OCD, and things.
Oh, okay.
So pretty fucked.
Damn. Well, that doesn't hint. How hard does that make it for you to make music?
Actually, it's very therapeutic. Very therapeutic. So
That's good. That's
my therapist said you have to make music. You have to do a creative job because you get a lot of benefits.
wow. Yeah, music saves lives in all kinds of ways, dude. I didn't know that about
Yeah,
you.
man, it really does.
So hold on, I got some. Oh, sorry, I think my internet just kind of. I said something. Where did you get your name?
Ah, ah. This is really dumb.
That's okay.
Basically, I I was struggling to find a name, so I went to Urban Dictionary, which I don't know if you know that website, but it's like all the US slang, it's there, and a lot of users they put weird shit that don't even make any sense, but they give an explanation to that. So it's like they give an explanation for weird words. So I came across Blue Out, and it's basically Blue Out is the description is when you go blackout drunk, but outside the light is still out. So that thing happened to me multiple times because I used to party a lot, and so yeah, it happened to me. So I think, oh, kind of cool, sounds cool. So let's pick it up this name. Really doesn't that yeah, very meaningless.
That's pretty funny. Wait, so you go outside and wait.
Now, basically, like the description was saying, is when you go blackout drunk, but the sun is still out.
Oh, it's a okay. Never
It
mind.
sounds real stupid.
Oh, that's funny. I like that's hilarious. Well, I've blued out before then. I'll
Yeah,
admit
for
it.
sure. Everyone did at least once.
Yeah, either from the night before or from the day of, I've blued out.
Yeah.
Speaking of partying, I wanted to. So you're in London, and or the UK. I don't know about where exactly.
Yeah, London. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm not very worldly, so I just didn't want to. I didn't know, exactly where you were. And I just what's the music scene like there, the EDM scene like there, because the trap scene, I just want to like the trap scene in the US is blowing up, and I just know from some anecdotal experiences that I think people in Europe are really still into like house music, trance music, and just not like experimental bass music yet or trap.
Sure. But we are getting there because now a lot of sounds are coming from the US, and people starting like, okay, this is cool. Let's do our own version. So it's kind of, it will be interesting to see in the upcoming years for sure. But yeah, people here, they must listen to drum and bass, which like came from here, jungle, house, techno, a lot of techno, which I don't like at all. But yeah, those kind of things. And pretty experimental sounds are from, I don't know if you know Charlie. I mean, I think you know Charlie XCX.
I don't think I do. You'll have to link me.
The girl, she's a girl. She's pretty big, and she's from here, and they made a lot of experimental, wonky bass music. So it's not necessarily trap, but it's very experimental. The stuff they really love.
Okay, great. I'm happy to hear bass music has taken over the world. That makes me happy.
Yeah, me too. Because you have more audience opportunities for sure.
Well,
especially here.
I lived in the Midwest of America till about 3 months ago, and there was like no scene. There was like a very small scene for like really underground bass music, and I just moved out to Colorado, and I think the scene is way bigger, and I'm happier. So, I'm happy to see that a lot of the sounds are making it from the US. Like I don't know, I was talking to this flute from New Zealand, and he was talking about how it's funny that there's a trap scene there, but I have friends in Europe and in the UK, and they do talk about how trance is still really big out there and stuff.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
not on any genre, but I really can't stand that. I'm so sorry.
I think trance is cool. Okay, so the way I feel about trance is the same way I feel about house and drum and bass. I can only deal with it for like maybe not that long, maybe like one drop. And
yeah, that is stuff that meant to be for people. Sorry for the sounds. I'll do the proper. But yeah, it's what I was about to say. I forgot. Yeah.
We were talking about the music scene out there. If that helps.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. We're talking about trance. I mean, that's stuff or techno stuff. I think you have to do drugs to listen to, stand to that,
Yeah.
because it's meant to be for a lot of braves and stuff. Which I don't. I said I used to party a lot, but I like private parties,
Uh-huh.
playing my own stuff, because I really don't like to go when other people play it until I really find someone that I enjoy. Because if I go
I
to a discotheque, I can't stand that. Boom, 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 just too much, overwhelming uh, after a few hours. So
I'm with you, dude. I want good music good music at my club. You know, that's what I'm like. I'm not going to pay $20 here okay, here there's like a cover fee. I don't like going to clubs where there's bad music and it's like the only place in town where you can like go and like chill and party. So, yeah, I'm with you. Private parties all the fucking way. I used to
yeah,
DJ. I used to DJ one of like the bars in my town where I went to college, and they would like always, yeah, I had to play like really shitty ass music, and people would party to that, and
oh
I hate. I mean, like
yeah,
I learned from it. Yeah, you had to do that. I had to do that as a DJ, but in the long run, like I don't know. When I like think of going out, I want good music. I want like fucking I want somebody to be like pushing the boundaries of music.
yeah, definitely. Always looking for that too.
Um, and yeah, that's I think that's why I started going to music festivals, and yeah, other stuff like that. Dude, where did you? So you said you started off like making music as a joke, and that's pretty funny. Did you like go to any music festivals or concerts before then or after then, or who are some?
Never went to a music festival or a concert in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. Yeah.
you are a character, my friend.
I don't even DJ. I can't DJ.
I'll
I mean
teach
I
you.
don't. I mean I could, because I just need to learn.
DJing's really fun, and I think you should learn. That's total. That's wow. Yeah, that's awesome though. I think that's kind of cool. So so you've never even been to a festival, or have you been to like a
Not at
rock?
all. Not at all. And lately I've been doing this promise to myself. Like the first show that I want to attend has to be mine. So it's kind of like I want my show to be the first concert I attend to be the one in place. It's
Oh,
kind of like, you know, because I was like, at this point, I'm not going to festival. Never went to, so I was like, at this point, let me do this deal. So kind of stupid, but
hmm.
it's something that I want to do. Like I want to do my own show and do it. But eventually, I mean, I would love to see fucking Skrillex, G Jones, Flume
Right.
live for sure.
Uh, Um. So did you ever? I mean, besides EDM, have you ever been to like a jazz or a rock show?
Rock show? No, neither jet. No, no, any kind of show never attend.
Wow.
Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm impressed. How did it feels like you have to actively try and do that though, or have you been really busy?
Yeah, because I've been living in this really shitty small town in Italy.
Uh huh.
So you have to really travel to go to Milan or Rome, and really find venues there. So it's like they never find anything that interesting to say, okay, I'm gonna go and do it. You know,
Yeah. When did you move to London again?
about a year ago. I mean, I was working here as a graphic designer before the pandemic. It's a kind of full story.
Oh
Before
yeah,
the pandemic, I was working.
ready for that story.
I was working. I studied as a gemologist with people that are people that analyze gemstones and diamonds and stuff like that. I studied that in the U.S. Was another passion of mine, and and then I got this job in London. So I went here to do the gemologist job and the jewelry designer. And then the pandemic hit, and I got fired. So I was like, okay, work. Let me go back to Italy. Let me try. It was locked down, so I was like, what else you can do? I started making music again, and that's how the Blue Out project started. So I'm kind of was a kind of blessing and a curse,
I
if you
see.
want,
Yeah. I mean,
because it was okay. The pandemic is the worst thing that can happen in the world. I mean, one of the worst things besides wars and shit. Uh, but it was like, damn, if the pandemic didn't happen, I was probably I was still doing that. So I'm kind of glad that happened in a sense. You know what I mean? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
One door closes, a few windows open.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's a blessing and a curse again. Like,
That's really cool. Italy got, well, not this part. Italy got hit hard by the like virus like at
yeah, it,
first.
it really did. It really
Did
did.
you
And now the UK is even worse. To
Jesus.
be honest.
What's it like out there, man? I'm a little curious. I'm just living in my little suburban bubble in Colorado.
I mean, London is pretty interesting town because yeah, a lot of it's like a super uh, cosmopolitan
Mm,
town. So
yeah.
you have a lot of people from the U.S., Australia, all sort of nationality and ethnicity. So it's kind of interesting to deal with all this culture at the same time. So yeah, I really love the UK and London. So I think I'm gonna stay here for more few years and then try to move to the US too,
Oh, okay.
because you know that my audience. Okay, the UK can be filled out with bass music, but never gonna be as big as the US for sure.
Right. So you want to move to the US so that you can get a
Yeah, yeah, and I have all my friends are there. So like artist friends that I met, people from my old course in New York. Uh, I want to meet all the people that I'm collabing with. I want to meet them in real life because it's different.
right, right. Well, I think that is so cool that you are as an underground bass artist in London can like collab with somebody in the US and it's like you've never met this person, they could be a big name and they could and you guys will
Yeah,
have never seen each other in person, and I think that's like
and this will helped a lot due to the pandemic also because everyone was online, everyone was making music, shows were shut down, so it was the perfect time to actually make those connections with people that I really admire. They really admire. Actually, I want to shout out Colson Excel. They're very talented. They're two guys. They're very talented. They're from Boston, but they live in Austin, Texas. And
what are their names
funny
again?
story, I Colson Excel,
Okay.
and I thought they were a label like before, like about a year ago. So I sent that track to them and say, "Hey, I would love to release with you guys." It's like, "Hey, hi, we're not a label," and and they started to check my music out, and then we became friends, talking to Discord a lot, and then like I started to talk with other people, and repost on SoundCloud and actually DMing, networking, basic stuff. But it really made uh, cool stuff because I really enjoy to kind of talk about production with people because you always approach an artist like, oh, listen to my music, listen to the shit I make. And it's the worst thing you can do because everyone's like get DMs like that all the time.
Yeah.
And it can be really annoying if you're a big artist. And I noticed, and I really wanted to approach artists another way because uh, I wanted to talk about production and music and actually samples and techniques because I would love to teach Ableton and stuff. I actually used to do that too. So when I approach artists, like for the first time, I always like to talk about production instead of like sending my music because I feel like it's more interesting. It's less boring.
I
Way less
completely
boring.
agree. And yeah, no, that's kind of I didn't like sending my music to other people. It didn't feel
Yeah, me
right.
neither. Because I mean, I did, and it was cringy, and I was always feeling like I was bugging someone. So
Well, I mean, speaking of
yeah.
speaking of production talk, I'll give you the backstory on I Can't Produce. It really was just like my second SoundCloud channel where I would like post all of the tracks that I like didn't want on my main channel, and now it's just like a YouTube channel and Discord community where like beginners and intermediate people can just like share music, and even advanced. I don't know. I really it's just like a support group for music.
That's that's lovely. Love that. Love the energy too. That's why I'm here. Like I really love the concept of this. So
Oh well, thank you.
I'm
And
stoked.
what and so I want to talk about sound design more like so if you said you like Vital a lot. Do you
Hmm.
like at all? Yeah, is that like mainly what you mess around with, or do you do a lot of resampling? Like,
Actually you can tell that I use a lot of granular synthesis
okay,
and and resampling a lot my own sound. With for example, I made a melody that actually makes sense and like catchy, and then I mess around with the melody in a way that is catchy but it's weird. If that
right?
makes sense.
No, that makes sense to me. Um,
So I resample. I use a lot of Melodyne. So I change the notes of pre-made samples. So I can, if I find a cool melody that I want to base my beat around, uh, but I don't want to like have okay my music around based around the splice samples. So I really fuck them all up in a way that you cannot recognize them, and they also different. I mean, sometimes you can recognize them because with vocals, I don't do that much crazy stuff with vocal ambience and stuff. But if I find a melody that I really like and I wanna make something cool with it, I either put in a granulator or melody.
right. Okay. So you like a lot of so what do you put the granular synthesis on? Is it the bass sounds or the vocal samples?
Mostly pads and melodies, like leads.
Oh, okay, very cool. All right, so that's kind of how you would get a Blue Out sound, I suppose, if you're listening and want to copy Blue Out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been using, funny enough, using granulator way before Flume did. And I used someone called me a Flume ripoff. I was like, yeah, but you know, everyone can use the same techniques, but it's how you use them. That's the
Well,
important thing because everyone has the same tools.
you don't
You
sound
know.
very flumy to me right now, but maybe you used to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, there's some sort of similarities for sure. But yeah, I was like, hey, you're trying to copy Flume? I'm like, nah.
Well,
I mean, I'm inspired by him for sure.
he's
But
he's doing
yeah,
he's doing something right. Maybe I do want to copy him. You know.
yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, everyone needs to be inspired. But and you kind of want to steal like an artist. Like
Right.
steal like an artist is like when you actually implement their techniques and you reinterpret them without
So
straight up copying.
right, because when you like when you watch YouTube tutorials, like there's going to be a bunch of there's going to be a lot of information that contradicts each other, and you're just going to have to pick which one you like better, and that becomes your style.
100%. It happens all the time. 100%.
So I know you said that you've never been to any concerts. That's again baffles me, but it just more because your music is so cool that I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it.
Well, I don't know, like going to music festivals and concerts were like crucial in my pursuit of music. Like I don't know. I could never really just sit down in my basement and bang out a track. But are there any other like?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm totally the opposite of
yeah.
that.
I think we think very differently.
Yeah.
Or at least musically. But do you have any other musical inspirations not EDM related? So, like I said, I listen to metal. I listen, like I could name like 30 bands that are not EDM. And I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just picking your brain now. Like,
Yeah, 100%. I love Blink,
yeah,
Green Day.
hell yeah.
So eventually I'll make something rock EDM.
That's my end goal. I really want to incorporate like guitar solos and like rock drums.
Yeah,
into
that's
my
why I
EDM.
love Getter, National Getter, the producer.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He made his latest album, and it's gonna have some metal sounds in it. So I was like, this sounds cool.
Is that the one that
Maybe
he
I'll do
got?
something like that one day.
Is that the one he got a lot of pushback for? You know what I'm talking about?
Not actually. It's the new EP. It's the new EP.
Oh,
The
okay.
other one was fire. I don't understand what people have in mind. I can understand because I understand the whole story behind it, but that's why I'm. Sorry if I'm talking a lot.
No. That's the point of the show. Go on.
That's why I really want to make an album that has all sort of genres and different styles, because once you do that and you release, for example, if you have an album that has 7 trap songs, 1 drum and bass, and 1 kind of house, let's say like some house rhythm for a floor beat, you won't get your audience confused once you release more of the other genres. And I think that what happened together. He was releasing a lot of dubstep. He made his whole fan base of dubstep fans. So when he released more chill stuff, people was like, "What the fuck is this? I don't like this. I don't like you anymore."
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you. I think his fans were really shitty about it, but I also think that
exactly. So
he kind of
as an
fucked up
artist,
that
you have to be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
right.
Yeah, I feel like what happened together was really, really sad, and hopefully it won't happen to me. I mean, if I get big enough, that's going to.
Well, I think it was smart that you changed your name when you changed projects. Like I've been talking to a lot of artists, and I think since I've started the podcast, I've talked to 2 artists who are like changing their projects. And when I ask them why they're changing their projects, it's usually because they want to pursue like a different genre, or they want to take their music in a different direction. And I don't know. I feel like you can do both. Like personally, like Zomboy is a good example for me. Zomboy used to make. I mean, he's kind of a pioneer in dubstep. But he used to make all kinds of music. His dubstep was like all over the place. He was like Skrillex 3.0 in my opinion. And now he now he only makes one like type of sound, and I don't really fuck with it that much. So like you can change your project, I guess. But if you're going for a drastic change, I think it's important to change your project name.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I couldn't stress enough on that point for sure.
All right. So wow. I mean, how does it? How does it feel to have an audience in the United States? Like,
It's where you're based because you send to friends, then you go. I mean, I don't, but you go to clubs, you network stuff. But I've been always doing networking with people in the US because I feel like they're better. They're better. They're better producer there. I don't know why. But anyway.
Well, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I
Here,
think,
Zomboy was from London, and he's my inspiration.
yeah, I'm not saying that we don't have great. I'm saying there are a lot of variety and people very very talented that kind of experiment a lot.
Gotcha.
They push forward for sure.
Okay, I hear you.
Here they're more stuck into a genre as well. Let me make drum and bass and that's it. Instead in the US you can have drum step or drum and bass mixed with trap, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
I heard
really
something
cool.
like that here.
So why don't I guess so if you don't like the music, I understand why you wouldn't go to the club scene around there. So have you like heard festival sets from? Have you at least like do you listen to mixes?
Oh yeah, I do that a lot because I really like to blast and do my own. For example, I have the Skrillex and Flume videos of their live performances. Sometimes it's like, okay, I have 1 hour free. Let me watch the entire thing. And it's an experience. It's not the same thing for sure, but I get excited. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, you get. I like that. That's cool. It's kind of keeping the dream alive. I feel like, which is really important. Maybe that's what I get when I go to shows and concerts. I just kind of feel
and
connected.
sometimes when I want to get hyped, I go to YouTube. I get a random DJ that I really admire, and I mute the video, and I play my own music, faking they're playing my stuff.
Okay.
And so it kind of makes me. This is a stupid thing, but I do when I'm not inspired about a beat.
Gotcha.
So I'll do that. I'll say, okay, it doesn't have the energy enough. It doesn't have the energy that I want to have. So let me go back to it. It's kind of weird approach, but it's what I do.
It's unorthodox by my means, but we've already established that we think differently. Like how so what so this is so cool to me. Your music makes me want to like dance. Like it makes me want to like jump out of my chair, or at least that the song Embers, OCD, or they excite me. So I mean it's a compliment, but it's also like are you experiencing those feelings too when you're writing the song?
Not at all. I feel like my music is not like meant to be danced, but if people dance to it, that makes me so happy because the main goal is for having something that is playable.
Interesting.
For sure.
So
it's enjoyable by a crowd.
Do you want it to be enjoyable for a crowd? Do you want it, or is it for self-expression? I'm curious. It's like I said, it seems like there's like you are getting something out of me. You're evoking a lot of emotion out of me, and it's really interesting hearing the story behind it. Yeah.
Means a lot. But yeah, what was the question again? I blacked out for a sec.
No, all good. Really, just like what so you don't make your music for people to dance to, right? Or you
Oh yeah. We were talking about that. I kind of do what I feel like doing in the moment, so I don't want to know until the thing is done.
Okay.
But I feel like until I make dubstep, the other stuff that I make are more heavy beat with weird melodies, warped stuff that are not very on grid, so you cannot really find the rhythm to dance with.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
the kind of whole point, the whole point to have wonky stuff. I really love wonky stuff because really can't have like these weird emotions when I listen to something that is off grid because I feel like I'm expecting something, but I'm not getting what I expected. So it's always a surprise. So
It's also
that's why I don't like house because it's like boom, boom, boom. That's it. It's like get boring.
Do you find experimental to be experimental music, like bass music in particular, to be more therapeutic than like house music or trance music?
Yeah, 100%. It's like a full explosion of different emotions. So I mean, that's what I feel like experience. I can get sad. I can get every emotion at the same time, which is so weird. It's like synesthesia. You get the sensations. Like I can actually, I'm a weirdo. But I can actually smell something.
I have.
It's like, oh damn, this smells good.
That is a stanky C minor.
Yeah.
That's damn. Well,
So
that's
yeah,
what.
it's
That's
like
what,
you know. Oh, sorry. One sec. My bad. Someone's calling me.
no worries, brother.
Okay, cool. We're good to go. Yeah, I'm here.
Great. Glad to know that you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Well, this is definitely been one of my more interesting interviews. I feel like I wish there was somebody. I'm checking my Discord chat and the YouTube chat to see if they have any questions. And I'm gonna ask
Hey,
you. I'm gonna ask
oh,
you this.
sorry.
No,
I'm gonna.
go for it. Go for it. Go for it. I think there's a delay.
Definitely gonna send your podcast around and tell people this guy is really cool, so you should do it. Definitely.
Oh,
So,
dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
and let's see if they're keen. But a lot of people that I know, they're really keen and very humble. So I might find you somebody.
Well, that's I appreciate your support a lot. And if we can mutually support each other, that's a beautiful world. I wanted to say, since this has been one of my different interviews, I'm really excited to ask you the question: what advice would you give to a absolute beginner producer? Like somebody who who literally feels like they can't produce, because they know nothing about it.
In terms of actually doing the music, I would say just start with watching tutorials. I mean, that's the most stupid thing to say, but it's like that's how I started at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of push forward. I mean, I would say don't really give a shit about making a whole piece of music because a lot of people get overwhelmed. No, I want to make a song, I want to make a banger, but just start a little by little. Start just making like the kick something good, or the bass line that you really love, or just record yourself with a mic and then sample you. I don't know. Just don't be afraid to be. Oh, I want to make a track. I feel overwhelmed. So, but if you're very very beginner, I would say you have to watch tutorials or read books. There's a really cool book about Ableton, but it's like I don't remember the name, but it's like if you look up Ableton creative strategies, it's a pretty huge PDF. It has like a solution and problems, and it's kind of a really cool approach because there is like, oh, you have this problem, so I want to make the kind of problem like not problem in a sense.
Yeah, that's
there
a
is this
cool
challenge.
approach.
There is this challenge. You have to do a baseline, and then okay, you have just different techniques to do. So yeah, that's really cool PDF. I would advise people to read that because it really helped me a lot, and it's free too. So if you go on Ableton, it's free.
Ableton Creative Strategies. Shout out to that.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but eventually I'll find that for sure.
All right. Was it? I had my thoughts are fleeting. It's that ADHD kicking in.
I mean, don't tell me. So
Did you have any specific what is it?
specific things that are going on.
Yeah, I guess going on. That's
I would say I have a few collabs piled up,
okay.
and one with this guy called BLUEOUT'S. It's gonna be this song is gonna be out on Lucid Monday, which is a collective of really good producers.
So you're releasing that under a label or under one of you guys' profiles?
Yeah, it's a label. It's a label. Yeah, it's an artist, but it's a label sometimes. So that's why I got confused with those guys at the beginning.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so a lot of stuff piled up. I'm working on EP. They're probably gonna drop in December.
So you're just in full music making mode right now, like sending with.
Exactly. Like literally in the studio all day.
Great. All right. That's fucking. I'm excited to hear more coming out of you. Then, I mean, wow. I just like what do you. I am baffled. You have been one of the one of the different interviews, most different interviews that I've ever had. We have different experiences, and I was expecting a lot. I guess I had a lot of expectations based on the song that I heard from you. I think it's really cool to see how something can connect. And how music is so subjective, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Like I felt, I don't know. I don't know what expectations I had going into this. But maybe I thought
me neither, man. That's why I'm scared.
Yeah. But you've really taken my brain for a spin, and I really think that I love music because I think it brings everybody together, and I'm happy that people that think differently, including me and you, are able to sit down and talk about this thing that interests both of us. So yeah, I mean it's that's really cool. We both have a connection towards music, and I and my community both want to hear more from you. So we're
I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. For real, come to the States, man. I hope you make it out here, and hope you find your audience.
I'll actually coming in Boston.
Oh yeah, and who are you working with in Boston?
I want to meet BLUEOUT'S in person. Really love to do it.
Gotcha. Well, that's really awesome. How long are you going to be in the States for?
I think a couple of weeks, not more.
Nice.
Because I have university, so I'm kind of like I'm literally scraping my attendance, like freaking ruining my attendance. But I feel like it just is really useful.
That's worth it.
Meet a producer that you really love, and you really work good with it. You really want to meet that in person and make it.
What are you going to?
It's just so different.
What are you going to university for?
Mix and mastering engineer.
Oh, right. So Point Blank Music School, is that online?
Point Blank, yeah, exactly. No, actually, no. It's in person, but it was online because of the pandemic. So.
Are they? Oh, but they're based in London.
Yeah, they're based in London and in LA too.
Okay, very cool, very cool. How do you like that experience so far? Like, it's.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm not learning enough. I wouldn't advise anybody who's getting into music to go to music school. It's a
Gotcha.
waste of money and time. Waste of money and time.
I
I'm doing this just because I want to get a degree and so I'll be able to get a visa to the US and
oh,
start from there. So I can get an artist visa for my project, but if this doesn't go well, I can apply for a work visa. So that's the main reason why I'm doing that. It's not because I'm learning from it, because it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of money making private institutions. So
I
I
don't
wouldn't
think
advise anybody to go
I don't
to
think
go to
we
music school. But if you really want to, like, yeah.
I agree with you there. That's kind of why I made this community, because I was like, fuck school. You just need like friends. And
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Like every sort of arts, like you kind of want to learn the basics, but if you can learn the basics, I mean, you can learn everything online by your own.
right.
There's literally so much out there, so much.
No, I think that's cool that you're just doing it to get the visa and get the fuck out. I think we don't think
Yeah,
different. We don't think differently there. I'm not a fan of music schools or, uh, I mean, even people I've met who like went to like college for music and to get a music degree, so they came out kind of hating it. I don't know. There's always,
yeah, exactly. A lot of people I know they hate it, and a lot of people in this school actually are dropping out.
I think it's too rigid. Like I think
Exactly,
there's too
because
many
you don't.
rules.
Exactly, and they kind of like kills your creativity for sure.
Which is why you wanted to get into it in the first place, and then it's just
Exactly. So that's a paradox right there.
well, it sounds like
So
you got your head on straight, brother. So keep that churning, and fucking when you're putting out bangers.
appreciate it, man.
I mean, you're putting out bangers like OCD. I look, I know that came out like 9 months ago, but I don't know what Point Blank Music School is teaching
I
you.
don't I don't like that. I don't like the that song at all, man. So
You
I
don't,
really appreciate someone liking it.
you don't like OCD?
I don't really feel the track anymore. So that happens to everyone, I guess. So you're making something you're excited about after a while. So, fuck this. Whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's so.
But yeah, I
It's got one of
appreciate other
it's
people like it.
it's one of your I guess fluctuation is your most played track, but like
Yeah.
it's one of your most yeah, it's got 6,000 plays. Um wow, yeah, it really speaks to me. I think it's so funny that you don't like it. Damn.
I mean, I will definitely make more dubstep in the future.
I wouldn't consider that dubstep though. That's why I think that's why I like it.
Mm.
Dubstep to
Oh
me
yeah, yeah. I mean,
has evolved into like this really repetitive
mm.
genre, and I don't think OCD is that repetitive. Also, it's like,
I'm talking about real dubstep, like
okay,
not the Skrillex version of dubstep. We're not like UK dubstep, like left field bass, and I don't know if you know EPROM.
oh, I fucking love EPROM. I just saw him.
Yeah, that kind of bass music is considered the real dubsteps.
Okay, yeah, I consider that real dubstep too. But I think now it gets labeled experimental bass music, which is
Exactly. No. Now you call everything experimental bass music, but
yeah.
if you listen to whole school UK dubstep, you can definitely tell that EPROM was inspired by that.
So, this dude, this is the reason I'm so curious is because let's say like if you're playing a show and people are there to see OCD or see maybe a version of OCD and you don't have
Mm.
like that connection with the song and maybe you don't and you've learned how to DJ, like do you feel do you think like you'll just feel more of a connection with the crowd more than like the music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because it always feels good to see people reactions to that song, so it actually makes, oh, this is actually good. I bet.
Interesting.
So if you have feedback from the audience on stage, you can. I mean, you can. I will definitely change my mind. By a lot of chance.
Yeah.
But since I never played show, we'll play some shows in 2022. Somehow, I don't know.
Somehow, so you'll make it
Uh,
happen. Well, this will help make it happen. I hope.
yeah, some smaller venues for sure to get us started. But yeah, so when you get when you see the, the things from your audience going on, you definitely change your mind about a lot of tracks.
Hmm. Yeah. And how you can bring them in and out, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. I have one. I don't want to say one last question because I don't want to cut the podcast short.
Oh,
Unless you
that's fine.
have, yeah, unless no. I actually don't like. I've no reason to leave. I feel like I keep acting like I'm gonna wrap up, but I don't have a reason to wrap up. So, um,
I mean, I
I,
have to wrap up anyway because it's like different time zone.
oh yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah. What time you? It's like 9 p.m. over there, right?
yeah, it's nine. I mean, it's cool, but gotta mix this track for her.
Yeah, dude. Let me know when
Yeah,
you get tired, need to peace
no, that's
out.
fine. That's fine. We can go for another,
Well, just one more
I don't know, 10 minutes
question.
something.
Yeah, fine. You know what? I'll go with one more question. We will actually wrap up then
Yeah,
because
sure. No worries
because
at all.
our homie BLUEOUT has is in London. It's 2 p.m. for me, but it's 9 p.m. for this man over here. So I don't know his sleep schedule, but it's getting late. I'm keeping this man. Do you design everything from scratch, or do you use a lot of samples?
Both. To be completely honest. Like
Okay.
as I said, I fucked up a lot of samples in order to get ideas out. So
Yeah.
another advice I would give is like take a samples, change your thing until you get something good. And there's a lot of trial and error and really digging out to, to me at least.
Right. And a lot of so like do you design so like if you're looking for a kick, like have you designed your own kick? Um
I actually did in Serum my kick and snare because I'm making a sample pack uh, for a company.
okay.
So hopefully we'll end it up on Splice too. Let's see.
Oh nice. Are you on Splice?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
A lot of my friends are. Really good platform to get ideas out for sure. Shout out to Splice.
Shout out Splice. What is it? I've never used their sample packs. I have a ton of them, but uh what is it? I just like their music or their like collaborative tools where like you can just
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
that is the biggest lifesaver that I've ever found. So shout out Splice for sure. Splice.com. They don't sponsor the show, but they might never. um they're just getting a free promo and they're already a huge company.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, no, I guess I would also. I mean, for me, it's been hard designing everything from scratch, from like a kick to a snare. But it's been getting a lot.
Yeah.
It's been getting a lot easier. It's just hard for
I
me
mean,
to.
I feel like you don't have to because a lot of people think using samples is like sort of cheating. But what's the really matter at the end is the music. If the music is good, who fucking cares? A lot of Flume songs are straight out loops.
Also true.
Not even kidding.
Yeah, like you just get one
So
8 bar loop, and yeah, yeah,
yeah, you find a drum loop that you like, you kind of build blocks around that. Doesn't I don't feel like I'm cheating or anything else. I feel like you know it's approach. It's an artistic approach. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to design your own kick, you can. If you want to do samples, you can. Yeah, I want people to be free when making art because it's about you feel. So
I see. I see. You know what I think it is? I think you see yourself much more as an artist, like a raw artist, than you do as a performer. And I think I've been speaking to a lot of performers, and myself am a performer. Am I wrong? Like you said, Like,
Yeah, definitely. I never performed, so yeah.
I think that's really cool. I think that we have a lot of different perspectives because of that.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. That was interesting.
That's
Yeah, I mean, I would love to perform with the push actually instead of the CDJs because I have more control to the weird stuff.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're on the money with that one. I was just talking with my last guest, Squirrely Bass. If you want to listen to the podcast, we were talking about.
I'll definitely peep all the other ones.
You cut out there. What?
Sorry. I'll definitely peep all the other podcasts too.
Oh.
I listen to a couple of those.
Oh, for sure. Well, no, yeah. If you recognize any of the names, or like know, if I get a friend on there eventually, yeah, they're fun to peep. But we were talking about doing less,
Yeah, yeah.
or I appreciate the support. I mean, we were talking about trying to get, or like what it would take to get like a full push set going, because like that's what we want to do. That was our long term. I hate CDJs. I have a pair.
Yeah.
It's a hot take. I have a lot of friends who give me a lot of pushback on it, but like fuck you, Pioneer. God damn it. Why can't you be better? So anyways, yeah, I want to perform with an Ableton push. Ultimately, I think that would be fucking sick, and like I don't know, maybe a keyboard and like real instruments.
Yeah, definitely. Something more live, you know.
Yeah, DJing. I think DJing can feel live. Because I mean, I DJ. I do my best to be to like keep my hands busy and like always have me doing like me affecting the music. But you're pretty limited, and I always felt like an Ableton live set would be like the perfect way to break out of that shell. Like you have so much more control over the sounds. Like you can do some. You can fuck up the drum loops in a way that Pioneer couldn't dream of if they were on ketamine. Like for real. Yeah, sorry, Pioneer. I think you're a bunch of uncreative fucks who are like basically the Apple of the music world. So sorry about it.
Yeah.
You're probably never going to sponsor this podcast, but that's okay. I like Denon. But anyways, homie, that's me ranting about my beef with Pioneer. I got an ex-DJ, and like two of the tracks, you have to like. I got a mixer, and like I can only use two of the tracks because I have to buy more.
Oh, yeah.
That's
definitely takes time and expensive too.
Yeah, it's super expensive. That's my beef with Pioneer. They're over expensive. Sorry for going on a rant there at the very end.
No worries.
All right, well, homies, I asked you at the beginning. I'm gonna ask you again. Is there any song that you want me to play you out with? I know I've been hyping up OCD, but I can just I've been linking that up in the description. But
play that. Yeah, play that. Let's play that.
Okay, are you because are you sure? Because know.
No. I want you to play that because we talked about it, really, and I'm kind of stoked of you liking it, so I would love you to play it.
All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna ask you to mute yourself on the Discord. Please don't connect from the call just yet.
Okay, sure. I'll just mute myself.
All right, cool, man. Well, before you do, say if there's anything you want to say to the good people of the internet, you might as well get it out now, and then I'm gonna do your outro and play you out with a banging song.
Just be yourself. That's the only advice.
That is great advice. Just be yourself, homies. That is what leads to great music, and or great art. That is what leads to great art and great people, is you being yourself.
Don't be a people pleaser, another one. And then you can play a song.
All right. Well, those are the words of wisdom from our friend Blueout. Thank you for being the 15th guest on the I Can't Produce a Podcast.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a milestone for me. So anyways, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. It really helps. I'm on YouTube, hopefully moving on to Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. But until we do that, here is a song by our homie. It is called OCD, and it is the one that got him on my radar. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. Join in on the chat, and thank you again, Blue Out, for joining us. So I'm out of here. My name is my name is braV. That's a thing. I've been your host.
Sure.
So, everybody, my name is braV. I've been your host for I Can't Produce a Podcast. My links are also in the description. And, this is OCD by Blue Out. Peace out, y'all. Have a great rest of your, what is it? What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, have a great rest of your Wednesday, y'all. Peace. That was hot. Thanks for listening, y'all. If you find this in the past, present, or future, I'd appreciate the like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more content like this, go check out the playlist and my channel. I Can't Produce, and I am the fuck out of here. Peace out, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your life.